Hey there, welcome back to my channel, LeeBeeBuilds, or if you're new here, hi, my name is Aaliyah and I like to play The Sims and Animal Crossing. Today's video is a little bit of a crossover episode, I would like to say, and I am building in The Sims, but how I would build on my island in Animal Crossing. You'll see as this video progresses what I mean by that, but basically in Animal Crossing, the kind of like design and aesthetic of building is very like random pieces of furniture everywhere that kind of come together to make a space. So it's not necessarily like a house, or like I won't put walls up and make a coffee shop. I'll just put like a little seating area with like a mug, and that'll be like my little coffee seating area rather than an entire building for a coffee shop. And so that's kind of the vibe of what this is. And for some reason, when I got the pack, the new Cottage Living pack downloaded, the first thing I thought was, let's build a silo, because farm, right? And then I was like, silo, you know what game has a silo in it? Animal Crossing. And then just from there, I just was like, let's go, let's build Animal Crossing in The Sims. So that's kind of like will explain my odd design choices throughout this video. You'll see, like even here, I'm doing like a small little garden space, because in Animal Crossing people like to make farms and use that silo, make cute little farms, plants and stuff, but there's not like a crazy amount of great choices for farm plants. So we do have like mushrooms in the game, so I put those down, and then I put like the fig trees that came with the new pack, because there is like a lovely like plant that some people use in their like gardens, and even though in The Sims we have plants to do that, I decided to go for the fig trees because it felt more Animal Crossing to me to put a potted plant in a farm. And then I put the watermelons all along there, because in Animal Crossing there are watermelon beach balls that people use in their farms, because it's a beach ball but it looks like a watermelon, so it works. And that's kind of like why this build is weird, is because I'm trying to recreate Animal Crossing, and like these pile of leaves, there's a pile of leaves in the game as well. And then as for the pathing, I fully intended when I was designing this that we have like the custom designs as you do in Animal Crossing. I apologize if you don't play Animal Crossing, a lot of this voiceover may not make very much sense, but in Animal Crossing you have custom designs and people create these cool designs, you download them and you can use them yourselves. And I use that for a lot of pathing on my island in Animal Crossing. And so I made the daisy path, kind of. It doesn't look as good as the actual daisy path in the game, but it is a custom design, and it's basically just a path that's brown. It's a normal path, but it has like daisies and stuff lining the edge of it, and it has like it like kind of meshes into the grass. And so that's what that is. And so that's the path I used here, is the same one I use on my island. And then this here is like a seating area. I figured that it would be a cute little, like, I don't know, this is something I would do on my island, is if I have an extra little space that's very small, I would probably decorate it with a cute little seating area. And I figured it would be really cute right next to the little pond that's here. And I tried my best when doing the pond to make it as grid-like as possible, and then the angles are as like angled as I could, so that it looks like it was like an Animal Crossing built with like the terraforming. I tried my best, and I think I did a pretty good job at making it look not super like smooth. My goal was to make it look not smooth. And if you're an Animal Crossing player, you may have just seen me put that rug on the ground, and you're like, we can't put rugs outside. It's a custom design, okay? That's my excuse, it's a custom design, okay? In Animal Crossing, a lot of people make little picnic areas with a custom design, like rugs, carpets, whatever, blankets, and that's kind of what I did there. You'll see it in a minute, but along this pathway I just kind of decorated it with different items that I felt looked very Animal Crossing to me. And in the new pack we got mushrooms, and that was also a big inspiration for me on why I wanted to do Animal Crossing in The Sims, is because now we have mushrooms, and I decorate my island with a lot of the mushroom DIYs that you got in the game, and so that's why that's there. and I love it. I'm so happy we have mushrooms in the game. Like, I don't know, it makes me want to decorate only in Animal Crossing style from here on out. I am adjusting the silo a bit because it was too tall, because I couldn't make it any smaller, like less round, like make it smaller, because of how the platforms that I used to make it work. So that is as small as I can get it. It's much larger than the version, like proportionally I would have had it from like Animal Crossing into The Sims, but I try my best. I even put like the little ladder looking thing on it because there's a ladder on the silo. It's really cool. I think I'm pretty smart. And then I made like the little campsite because like everyone has a little campsite area on their island, and so I decorated a cute little campsite. It's very small. This is a very like concentrated Animal Crossing island in The Sims, because I probably would have had more like terraforming going around in between things to split up areas. So I don't really have that in this because it would have taken up the whole build, because Animal Crossing, the walls are like straight so you can build right next to them, but in The Sims, the walls, when you terraform walls, the ground is like angled, and so it just takes up way more space than I wanted it to. But yeah, so I'm just doing more of that pathing now, and I put like the like daisy path around it. Like I think I was pretty smart, and if you know the daisy path, then you know. But I think it was a fun little smart idea. A lot of this build uses Outdoor Retreat and Cottage Living. I'm trying to think about what other packs. The tent would be Outdoor Retreat as well. I think really those are the main two packs that I use. I may have used like a few others, but in like very small doses. And like here, okay, along this path I put a random chair just along the path. In The Sims, you would never just put a random chair along the path. Like, that's just not what you would do. You would maybe do it if you're trying to clutter up like a farm and be like, this is an old chair that they've kind of thrown away but didn't actually throw it away. But like, this is like a decoration, and yeah, you wouldn't do that in The Sims, but I did it. I did it. And so that's kind of what it makes it feel like it's Animal Crossing to me. And then I just decorated with different boxes and stuff. I really love this little seating area. I think I did pretty well with trying to keep to the grid look of Animal Crossing, because in The Sims we do have a grid, but I alt place everything. So trying to stick to the grid was really hard for me, and I didn't really. Sometimes I kind of moved it around a little bit to make it look a little more realistic, but I think it turned out pretty well. I think I did an okay job at kind of sticking to what I wanted it to do, and I think it still looks very Animal Crossing and very like grid-like, but also you can do it on half tiles, so like I think it did an okay job. And then I even made a little Animal Crossing house. I made it look like one of the houses that were like custom design, like that were redesigned with different exteriors. So I used like the stone exterior and with the grass roof, because I wanted to use the new roof that we got with the new pack, because I was trying to use as many items from the new pack as possible. I didn't get to use that many because most of this was just outdoor random decor, and I used a lot of the same items, but I tried my best. So on the inside, I actually did decorate it. The inside of the home is the least Animal Crossing part of this entire build, because it's literally just, I have like a little kitchen, a little table with chairs, and a bed. It's all in one room, so it's like a tiny home. Actually, I think it's bigger than a micro home, because this lot, I have the platform for the tent as well, and I assume the platform for the silo counts as tiles as well. So yeah, there's more tiles than could be a micro home, but it's very small. There's no bathroom in the upstairs, but I made a basement. It's not in the footage, but I made a basement and with a ladder that goes downstairs, so that there is a bathroom. So technically this is a functional home. I actually didn't play test it, but technically it's functional. It'd be kind of a random build to like move your sim into, but feel free, it's kind of fun. Animal Crossing meets The Sims, let's go. I just felt like this pack really, like, cottagecore islands, like, and I really wanted to play Animal Crossing, but I really wanted to play The Sims, and so I decided to just do both, is really what happened. And Just like the whole cottage core aspect of this new pack just made it, like, it really spoke to me. It reminded me of like how much I love like the whole cottagecore vibe and naturey outdoor vibe of all these islands. And so yeah, I even put laundry here on this house because I don't know, I think it was a nice little decoration. There is like a laundry line decoration in the Animal Crossing game. This one does look a little more different and less rustic, but you know, it works. And for that little front area that's still empty, I wasn't sure what to do with it because I felt like I had already done everything, but considering that this is like a farming pack that's come out, I made another little farming area and I ended up liking it more than the first one I made. I really do like the first one I made because it's something that I would make in the game for sure, but over here I decorated it, I think I decorated it really well. I made it a pumpkin patch. Just because the pumpkins are very cute. I use the small pumpkins but sized them up. I know there are large pumpkins that you can use. This is all, like, I use a lot of debug in this build, by the way, just FYI, but I know there are like large pumpkins and super large ones, but I wanted them to be round like they are in Animal Crossing, and once you get large in The Sims, they get like oval shaped and I didn't want that, so I just sized up the small pumpkins so that they'd be a little bigger and more proportional. Also, if you've noticed, I've been putting that like grass kind of in places, and I sized them down. It's supposed to be like the weeds in Animal Crossing, and I sized it down to make it look more like the weeds, so that's what that is as well. And I used like barrels and mushrooms, and I sized down some of the trees that were in the debug of the new pack to make them look like bushes. The least realistic thing in this build is probably the plants, because if there was like just plain flowers, like give me a windflower, give me a rose, a tulip, like just plain flowers, that would be really ideal because then I could actually like fully get the Animal Crossing in The Sims. But yeah, I'm very happy with how this came out. I felt very creative while I was doing it, and it kind of made me feel like how I was doing, like when I play Animal Crossing, I feel pretty creative, and it made me feel the same way. Not that Sims isn't creative, it is, it's very creative, but it made me feel more creative because it like is something that I wouldn't normally make in The Sims, and I think I did a good job at it. That's just my opinion. We are now on the inside, so basically on the inside I just wanted to play around with new items from the pack. It was a lot less like this is Animal Crossing in The Sims and more like, ooh, we got a new pack, I'm gonna be using the items, here we go. And I think I did a really good job of making it really cute on the inside. It's hard to not make this look cute with the new items because it's honestly just so cute. It's so cute. I did minimal decorating because it's so small, but I think it went really well. Let me know what you think of this new pack. What do you think of the build I did? Do you think it's ridiculous that I made Animal Crossing in The Sims, or do you think it's kind of cool like I do? Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and if you liked the video, make sure you remember to hit that like button, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you can see my future videos. But for now, I will let you all go and you can see the tour of this build, and I will see you in the next one. So bye-bye everyone!